Okay, so you guys want to hear me rambling about NB Toy Santa for only God knows how long? Then stay because I can tell you right now, there's a bunch to ramble about. So, I'm gonna go ahead and explain a little bit about NB Toy Santa's, you know, focusing on the uh, the specific find, the specific storage that was found, which there really is no information. They just started showing up from many places, but there's two or three people that have actually found the same exact place, and they found a lot of old stock NB Toy Santas. Walking ones alone. I haven't seen a single dancing one or any of the others, even though there were probably some of the walking like plush ones. I believe they made like these ones that walk like chickens. I bought two of them, and I'll have them soon, so we'll see if those are NB or not. I believe that just because of the tag they have, but that has to be figured out. Anyways, the point of the video, NB Toy Santa, how to tell which is which, even though I've already said it like 1,000 times. Cool things, bad things, and the entire situation of like finding new old stock, broken ones, or sabotaged ones. I'll say that. I'll basically explain why. But first of all, those two over there have nothing to do. That's why they're there. Those are properly used and abused ones that were fixed. That one had broken parts in the compartment, and that one, a gear I believe was like slipped out of position and it was rounded, so I had to glue it on. And of course, the classic plastic issues and all, which I have already found an effective way to combat. But yeah, now we go with these. How did all of it? Well, actually, no. This one, never mind. This one's another one that I just put here because it's, again, all of these. Well, actually, not all of these. These three are fine now. They're fixed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say 6 with this one, and then two others that I still have to, to pick up. All of these are pending repairs. This one has nothing to do with these, so again, I'll take it out. It's just an average non-LED version, which is one of the old ones with a big speaker, which I believe I only have 3 that have the big speaker. I have that one. I have the first one, the very first one that I ever got. And then I have the one that's pretty much like the first one, but it's more like these. It must be like 1 or 2 years earlier. But how did all of this begin? Well, there was someone on Facebook that listed one, just a generic picture and said, many available. I was like, what? So I ordered one, and this one arrived. My very first one. And it was not what I was expecting because they were advertising the ones with the orange candle. I was given this. I was fine though. I was fine. I love it when the beards are near minty. They have like that. They still have the little curls and all of that. So that's pretty cool. But I was like, oh shit, it's not the one I ordered. So I fixed it. I was like, it's pretty cool. It smells like new. I don't even think the face had to be cleaned. It was really just, it was clean. All I had to do was deal with the neck issue, which, if you guys don't know, the rubber, which the head is made out of, melts the plastic over here. And I found a pretty easy solution, which is putting a 3D printed supplement and then hoping that everything closes so that the head is tight and it can be posed and everything. See, this is pretty much how it melted it. But in some it's kind of an easy, it didn't get that bad. In some others, the head just completely comes off, just like in this one and just like in this one. So yeah, it's just the way it goes. So I got this one and I was like, holy shit, this is a fucking gold mine. So I tell one of my friends that wanted to get a couple of these bell ringers, I said, here, listen. Because, he sent me one to fix before. It has nothing to do. It's one of the skinny clothes ones that's not even NB. So we're not going to include it. But to be short, he said, oh, I want more of these. They're cool. And I told him, listen, do this. I'm not going to charge you if you buy me one of these Santas from the same person. So he pretty much did. And he bought 2 of them. And I have both of them right here. I have this one, which is the orange candle one, and then this one, which I'm planning on keeping, because this is actually another variant I didn't know. Yeah, I'll show it in a bit. It's got a different inscription in the battery cover. That's no, not the cover, in the back right there. It says Mitsukashi, I think it was. Yeah, Mitsukashi. So it's pretty interesting. I'm gonna keep this one. I like it. So got this one, fixed it up, out of the view. This guy gets these two. They're on hold. I pretty much messaged the lady and I tell her, listen, show me a couple of the ones you have and show me the ones that stick out the most. She does. First, she shows me this one, which I instantly laugh at because the face is deformed. It's like squished. And then she shows me this one. And I was like, you know what? I'll take both. Screw it. This one I did not have to pay for, because this was a repair that I made for her. She had like a battery-operated dinosaur. You know, they're pretty much resellers. They resell stuff, they make auctions and such. And sometimes they gotta have their things working, so they sent me... They pretty much brought it for me. You know, they're supposed to charge you when they send you something, but they sent it for free just because I had to fix something for them. But she pretty much told me, well, listen, I'll give you this one as payment, whatever. I was like, yep, fine, I'm fine with it. It's an NB Toys musical Walking Santa Claus from 1998. I'm more than fine. And then I bought this one. Right away, she showed me this one. I was like, yeah, it's got darker clothes. It looks better, looks nice, so bought it too. And I fixed both of them. These have the 3D printed supplements, unlike the first one, which, oh, there you are, that has hot glue alone. Maybe I'll fix that one at some point, I don't know. But then, guess what? Another guy that's, I believe, close to her, I don't know, he posts these two. He listed these for cheaper, because this one, the head completely came off. And this one, because the fucking leg came off, which, where's the leg? Oh, there's the leg. Now, this one has got quite a bunch of issues, and this is pretty much when I'm going to go ahead and talk about the flaws. Look at this. This over here is the plastic these things are made out of. And yes, it also has hot glue, because all of these were sabotaged. That's why they don't work. Like, it was evident with my first one, it was like, oh, maybe it's, you know, wire came off. Okay, fine, because a wire had come undone from the spring, from the negative terminal. It's the one that goes to the switch, I believe. And then, what do you know? That I solder it and the Santa starts working perfectly. The only issue it had was that the foot was actually hot glued, because I think one of the two pieces were broken. One of them was broken, so had issues with that. I took it completely apart, fixed up the head a little bit, fixed the foot, and that was it. And it works great. Now, it did become a lot more evident with these two, because these two, let me see if I even have the photos to show that. These two ugly bastards had wires that were cut on purpose. They were not even, you know, they were literally cut on purpose. They were snipped with a pair of scissors. Check this out. You see that? I'm pretty sure a little movement doesn't do this shit. Plus you can see there are bits of wire there. It's disgusting, but yeah. Again, the usual hot glue. So, again, same repair. And this one actually did have something pretty interesting. It did have some inscriptions. It says 98. It looks like a 2, but it's a 9. So these are probably 98 models. They are already late 90s. And it makes sense because these were the very last ones that were produced with this candle. And they were already starting to have, you know, smaller speakers in the head and everything, but there's a couple of key differences. So that one over there, the one at the very front, which represents every single old model, the cover it has on top of the head, it's, you know, it stores a big speaker. You can put a big speaker on it. That's it, right? Then they started making them so that the cover was the same, the top cover was the same, but they had kind of an adapter, if you will, to adapt the small speaker to a big size. And then they did what they did with these, which is basically just, redesign the top cover so that it would just allow, it would just house a small speaker. And that's what all of these over here have. That's what all of them have. You can feel it right away because it's got a little lump on top. It's got like a little extra thing on them. And I just fucking realized that this one doesn't seem to have... Oh, what the... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, wow. Wow. They did not leave anything on this one, did they? Well, why? Just fucking why? Not even the fucking... Yeah, I can see the bits of broken board there. Oh, that's... The board is in there! Well, the chip, dare I say. The chip is in there! Holy shit! Anyway, yeah. That's the one that I want to keep. I might see if I sell a couple of these, because I don't really want to have so many duplicates of these things. They're cool and all, but, So, the issue that I was going to talk about. When these shatter, they shatter. And dear Lord, do they shatter. This one's neck was obliterated. The battery compartment on that one over there, it was destroyed. And it gets even worse when the plastic is actually stressed all the time and it becomes yellow. That's when it's like super brittle. So that's just a little... But one thing I can say about these, and what I do like, is that the plastic does actually take super glue, and it takes it quite well. It's not something that that it isn't going to take it, or... Like, for example, I glued this back, which I got to do something about this, but... of course, this one had the side of the body squished. So everything was broken. But even like that, the gears are fine. These were allegedly unused, so the gears are still fine. I mean, maybe this one or one of these, they had like a little bit of a split gear, but that's it. They're still fine, but like I said, it's just a question of... See what I'm talking about? The entire thing is obliterated. I don't know if I'll be able to fix this or not. Something tells me that I'm just not going to be able to. Jesus Christ. And I might, you know what? I might just, when I'm done with this one, I might just go straight to this one just because I want to know if it will work or not. But that's practically the issue with these NB Toys Musical Walking Santas. They are good, but when they break, they break. That's everything I gotta say about them. So, now, the key difference is, now, they do have these Santas do have a classic mechanism. But there's a few differences that are pretty cool. With these blinking ones, they have, like, LEDs in the... Oh, yeah, and that one over there. I forgot to say, that one is one of the last ones I got. I got this one at a live auction. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll just buy another one for the hell of it. I like it. So... They have this blinker, which in this case is unscrewed. Goes over there, and this little piece over there, which is pretty much part of the bottom half of the selector gear, hits against it, so the tin touches that rivet, and that's how the lights blink. These have 5 lights. The most equipped NB Toys ones have 5 lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. A little... on over here for the hell of it. Why? I don't know. So, the face is actually connected to the sound chip because it's, it stays lit all the time. And all of the others are connected to 2 other wires. So there's 4 wires coming out of the head. And what better example than a severed NB Santa head, which I recently refurbished because the speaker was bad and it was dirty. It's got the two negatives that go straight to the motor. One's for the eye and headlights, and then the other one's for the chip and the face light. Then there's 2 separate reds because one's deposited for the blinking lights and one's deposited for the music. So, that goes there. But that's pretty much one of the ways you can tell. They have the classic 3-screw bottom feet, which... When the hell did this get so greasy? What happened here? Where did I put this on? I'm actually confused. This thing was fine. Damn. Well, not exactly sure what the hell happened there, but I hope it's not... I hope it's not, I'm pretty sure it's not something too bad. But yeah, like I was saying, well, then again, maybe the oil dripped down from the top? I doubt it. Anyway, that doesn't matter. So, the legs have this classic structure. They are thicker than some others, but at the same time, they're completely hollow, so they're kind of shitty. That's why the legs do tend to snap off. That's one thing I gotta say. That one over there had a snapped leg. That one was beginning to have a snapped leg. Out of the few I have that have the boxes and everything, a couple did have a snapped leg, or one that was close to snapping. One of these did, and this one, of course, as well. This one actually was the worst, because, like, the legs were not fully snapped, but they were about to snap. All of them had cracks. But like I said, that's pretty much the thing. They usually tend to snap around this area over here, which I believe this one, yeah, this one was close to snapping too. It was already broken. So like I said, it's just the way these things are built. Oh, yeah, that's one thing. Older NB toys, they have softer wheels. The wheels are actually way softer, and in some cases, they're even bigger. In the newer ones, however, the wheels tend to be a lot harder for some reason. And now, why do I have these wheels here? Like, oh my god, Ivan, why do you have so many spare wheels? That is what I'm about to tell you. So these Santas, they pretty much have wheels holding down the hand. You know what? They say that a picture does more than 1,000 words, so I might as well just go and show it. This over here is pretty much what they have when you first take the bell and the bell hand off. They have a wheel. This wheel is fully compatible with any walking Santa. Maybe a little bigger sometimes, but who knows. I've already replaced a couple on some Santas, and let me tell you, they do fit, they do work, and that's why I'm pretty much just, every single time I take one of these apart, I take that off, because it's practically useless, and I can actually use it to either fix Santas or robots. So, that is that. What else should I say about it? Aside from that, it's pretty decently built. Usually when you find them used, you're going to find them with this gear cracked, or that one too. When you find them in this condition, they will usually not have it, so it's kind of a situation of, yeah, you have it brand new, maybe it, maybe it was not really ever used, so the gear is not really split or anything. And I know that these gears don't tend to split because of the lack of use or the overuse, but again, in this case, it seems like I've already taken apart 1, 2, 3, and 4 out of the 7 or 8 that I'm gonna have. None of them had this gear split, or this one. One, and just only one, had this gear split, but that was it. Anyways, what about the NBs? Okay, so the NB Santas, they usually have a past sticker over here. Some have older contacts, some have these newer ones. That just varies on, the generation you're talking about. Some have the pretty nice looking candle, like I said before, that I like a little too much, only that the rubber actually melts the plastic, as we can appreciate over here. And then the others have the blow mold body, or the blown body plastic, the inflated body plastic, whatever you call it. It's a hollow single piece which does not melt, but the tip does melt. The tip, if you put it close by the face of the Santa, it will melt. But like I said, this is the candle that I just so much remember seeing in some of these Santas back then, because like I said, I did see a few of these in toy stores or store windows, and they usually had this weird ass candle, so I was like, yeah, it's pretty cool. So what else am I supposed to say about them? I already said the plastic thing, how these started surfacing for some reason, and surfacing or whatever. 4 box variants, which one of them is, I thought I had it nearby. So variants, okay, variants. We know, or I know, at least around 6 or 7 variants alone. Maybe more, maybe less. We're gonna check that in a little bit. But we have The first ones, or dare I say, like my very first one, does not have a light up pump on, and that's weird. So that's a variant. It's got an older chip. It's the oldest one I have of all. So we have one, two, then we have three with that one over there. The second one would be that one, but with the big speaker. Then those are the main three. Then there's four, five, which I'm not exactly sure if that one's pretty much the same as these, so I'll just count it as that. What was it? Five? Six, because this one's got the light clothes. Well, this one has the, seven because of the head cover, I guess. Eight, nine, and 10, which are the ones I don't have yet. The one with the thin clothes, the one with the weird clothing, which I don't even know if it was produced or not. And one that I don't even know, like, I know it exists, but I've never seen it. It's one that doesn't hold anything. It doesn't hold a candle. It just has the little, like, hand like this. But that's about it. I mean, there's plenty of versions, so, yeah, that's a little class, a little lesson on NB Toys Musical Walkers. Because I'm bored and I have nothing better to do. Merry fucking Christmas.